I hear the Apostle Paul talking to me. I hear him talking to me. And let me see if I can't find something. 1 Corinthians chapter 3. Good Lord have mercy. I wasn't even on my notes, but I gotta say that because some of us want to go deep and we don't even have a foundation. We want a word from the Lord and haven't even got the first word. He is first. Somebody else say He is first. God have mercy. Let me see. Around about, verse 7. No, verse 6 says this. In 1 Corinthians. You don't have it, I'm just telling you. It says, I have planted, Apollos water, but God gives the increase. So then, neither is he that planteth anything, neither is he that watereth, but what? God what? That giveth the increase. Now, verse 8 says, now he that planteth and he that watereth is one. And every man shall receive of his own reward according to his own labor. Verse 9 says, for we are laborers together with God. Ye are God's husbandry. Ye are God's what? Building. Oh, I'm preaching here. You are God's building. My God. According to the grace of God, which is given unto me, Paul says, as a wise what? Master builder, I have laid the foundation. And another buildeth thereon, but let every man take heed. Everybody said, take heed.
Take heed.
How you build. You gotta watch how you build on the foundation. First, you gotta get the foundation. Then you got to be careful about how you build. Are you hearing what I say? Because you are God's building. And you got to be careful about how you build on the foundation. God, I feel like preaching now. Yes, I do. You are His building. And once you get the foundation right, then you're ready for the wall. I didn't even go to the top part of that chapter. See, Paul says, I can't talk to you all like mature people because you're still drinking milk. No, in order for you to eat meat, you got to have a good foundation. In order for you to grow to the deep things of God, you got to have a foundation. You got to have a passion for Him. You got to have a love for Him. You got to let Him build the foundation in your life so you can build a superstructure in your life. I think I gave this illustration a long time ago, and it's worthy for right now. There was as a matter of fact, this was a rich man. This man was very rich, and he contracted this fellow to build a house for him. He said, what I want you to do is build me a house and spare no pains in building the house. The fellow built the house, and the fellow was trying to be a little bit shoddy, so what he did was started using inferior material in the house. The foundation wasn't right, the walls were not right. He used material, the electrical stuff was just not right. When he got finished with the house, it was looking really good. And when the rich man finished with when the rich man knew that the house was finished, and the builder came to give him the keys to the house, the rich man said, no, I really appreciate you building the house, but I really want you to have it. Now, if he had built the house right, the man would have the keys to a wonderfully built house, but he tried to cut corners. Let me tell you what's the illustration. It means that the Lord has given you a foundation, but you don't take care of how you build on the house, on the foundation. And when He's got given you the keys to your house, and it's your house, you're going to live in it. So that when you build your house, it's the house you're going to have to live in. Children you put in your house, you're going to have to live in your house. Let me come to a conclusion here. Wow. Because see, in Matthew chapter 7, the same story is there. Here's what it says. It says, therefore, whosoever, watch this, he says in Matthew, heareth. I'm still talking about teach me to number my days. Because I don't have long to live here. Jesus says, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them Jesus said, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. Do you remember when I said when Moses prayed that the word first had to do with foundation? The first principle, number one. Jesus says, I'm going to show you the man who hears my words, who lets me teach them, and they do them. He said, I'm going to liken that man unto a wise man who builds his house on a rock. Listen to Jesus. Jesus says, I will liken him as a man who understood skill for living. What is that? Wisdom. Skill for living. He who hears and does what I say will build his life, his house, upon a rock, a firm foundation. Why? Because the storm of life are certain. It's coming. We can praise him today for what's going to be happening all the opportunity, but let me tell you, things will come. We can't get around it. It's going to come. Well, what are you putting in your house? What kind of material are you putting in your house? You are the captain.